Welcome back to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast. NWA debut on Roku for some of us. We'll get into that in a minute, but it's obviously NWA. And if you can see, if you are watching on YouTube, you will see a very miserable face. No, it's not mine, it's my co host. So this is my usual face. Miss Fiona Lochran, evening fee.
Hello, you're right.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. You're fresh from the wedding of the century.
I am fresh from the wedding of the century. Holy moly, congratulations, Kenny and Stuart. What a fucking class weekend that turned out to be.
Yes, very much congratulations to Kenny and Stuart. I hope you have a lifetime of happiness. Something that the word happy is something that you're not, Fee, right now.
No, NWA is just a pile of shite at the moment.
Wow.
Sorry, but I have a VPN. I still can't access it on Roku. I can't see the show.
I have managed to, everybody, which is why we're here.
Well, you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's lovely. Yeah, no, I managed to see it. I don't know what the difference is between mine and your VPNs. We're on the same VPN for those of you that not identical. We're on obviously separate VPNs, but mine worked today, and yours
I
didn't.
have tried New York, I have tried Atlanta, I have tried Dallas, I've even tried Mexico and Canada. Still nothing.
Whoops.
And weirdly, the wrestling channel is the wrestling channel, which
Yeah.
is what it airs on, pops in and pops out. So sometimes I can get on, sometimes I can't. But the on demand is just not playing ball with me, and I am being pissed off with it.
Now, originally, I did
That's
have
all I have to say.
I did have the same issue. Originally, I swapped internet browsers on my phone. Next thing you know, it's on and it was perfect. So we are going to get into that. I know you haven't seen it, and I have, but we're going to talk about it anyway. And you can add your opinion to stuff that you haven't seen. The first thing was it was a really great opening. It just highlighted the Crockett Cup, which was really, really cool for those. I think it was like a real introduction into if it's your first time watching NWA and you don't know what the Crockett Cup is. This was a great way of introducing the
Well,
masses.
I imagine there was probably quite a few viewers who've maybe never seen NWA before. So I think that's a smart move on their part.
It was, yeah, it was really nice. The venue's great, the 2300, obviously iconic arena for those
Yeah.
ECW fans. The crowd were hot all night on this. Not a
Did it
surprise,
look good
being.
on camera?
Oh, it looked brilliant on camera. I really thought this was what it doesn't beat this. I have to admit, as much as I love the 2300, you still can't beat the Samhain one for me. That was still
Yeah.
the best venue, but this was great. The crowd were hot. Now, we started with the Davy Crockett International Battle Royale. Now, the winner of this would go straight into a tag, literally straight into a tag match
Oh, that's savage.
with the BFT. So you did have the Temple of Doom, Adriana. So we had a woman in this, Adriana Mosley and Tim Theory. We had Sean Carson and Ty Olson. We had the South Philly finest, Conway and Brazzy. I think apologies if I'm getting these names wrong. We had Fox and Ocasio. Size matters, of course. Obviously, our good friends Stackhouse and
Eric
Smalls,
Smalls.
Terry Smalls. We did have Moses and Grimm as well.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, the
I haven't
slime
seen
ball.
Grim for ages.
No, it's been a while. Been about 5, 6, 7 weeks, maybe. He was on TV
Yeah.
once, wasn't he? So I said that. Slime balls, of course. And the JV squad.
The who?
The JV squad. Dalton McKenzie and Jack Vaughan
Okay.
had them in there. It was
Lots of new names.
yeah, quite a few new names in this. So apologies, I haven't. I mean, it was just a crazy match. Although I would say this, they took every sort of break that it took. Barring two, which we'll get into with the territories, it was a promotion of a match or teams in the Crockett Cup or a match that was being aired that night. The only thing I would say, and the first thing was actually that the Temple of Doom got eliminated first, which is quite surprising because of Beast Man. But it
Oh,
was
yeah, he's a giant man.
he was just about to do some crazy stuff off the top rope at the
Okay.
time that his tag partner, because basically what it was is when one guy goes, your team's out. That's how they done it. And forgive me, I can't remember who the other guy is. You got Beastman and you got
I've forgotten his name. That's really
I forgot
terrible.
his name,
You
but
have to go and have
you
a look.
haven't seen it. FE. So
No, we've seen them before.
we
You
have.
keep talking. I'm going to have a look through this because they've not been on for a while. But I will find them. Don't you worry.
So they got.
Stone Rockwall
Thank you.
or Rockwell.
Rockwell, that's it. They got eliminated first. It was Rockwell that got eliminated first. Well, as I said, as Beastman was going to do a big dive. Do you know who I miss? And I'm sure it was in the Crockett Cup last year. Cheeseman. Do you remember Cheeseman or Mr.
Oh
Cheese?
my God, yeah.
I was thinking, where is he? He's got to be on this. Actually, all of the new teams got a good little outing in this. You saw bits and pieces.
Well, that's good.
But then it did take a break when they were kind of doing an Idol promo ready for his match with Carson Drake, as which was going to be the main event. And it come back, and the South Valley's finest and Ty Awesome and Sean Carson have both been eliminated.
So we're missing some of the action when the ad breaks are going on. It's not like it was on X or whatever. And
No, so the action continues, which
that's disappointing.
a little
That's
bit,
really disappointing.
yeah, a little bit of a shame on that one. They're no
How,
Casey. Go on.
yeah, sorry, no, I was just going to ask, how long did the show run last night?
42.
With how many ad breaks?
Quite a few, but they were quick. They were literally
Yeah,
like,
okay.
you get those 90 30 second promos.
Yeah,
Some of them were that, but then you had two sort of skits, and then the rest. There was no merch ads. It was all quick fire promos,
okay.
or quick fire promos about the Crockett Cup teams in the Crockett Cup.
But was there actual commercial ad breaks in it
No,
in the show?
no,
Also,
no.
technically it ran straight through then.
Yeah, technically run straight
Okay,
through 42 minutes. It was all NWA action or something
okay.
around the NWA. We didn't go anywhere else.
Interesting.
In that. Ocasio, by the way, was out next, and then it was interesting at this point because there was a bit where Size Matters got eliminated. Now, how it was quite interesting because small Stackhouse was on the outside. He went through the second rope. They launched Smalls out. Stackhouse caught him and put him back on the apron, and then someone kicked him off the apron.
Oh man, that's a shame. That's a rotten way to go out.
It really was. But Smalls and that went, which was quite. I wanted them to win. I'm a big fan of Size Maz. I thought they were going to win.
Even though your slime balls were in there?
I am a big Slime Balls fan. Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
all know that. We all know that. I just like Stackhouse. To be fair, I think he's an absolute animal. Um, Now Grim and Moses. So the JV squad done a few eliminations in this.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's going forward, whether they're going to be more prominent features of the brand. I don't know. They did get a few out on this. And what they did also get, so Grim and Moses were teaming up at one point with
Mm-hmm.
this, with Jack Vaughan and Dalton McKenzie, which, as you know, in Battle Royals doesn't last very long. And
Mm-mm.
it was the aforementioned Vaughan and McKenzie that eliminated them, but Grim and Moses
Okay.
went out. Now, the ending, I thought this was really, really good. There was I think I'm pretty sure this was right. Forgive me, because this was when I was at work, so I shouldn't have really been watching it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the ending. I think they were fighting on either side of the apron, and they had one of the slime balls was going to get power bombed. He jumped over, so back into the ring, and then went over and kicked the other one that was on the apron off.
Okay.
The slime balls picked up the victory, and I thought it was a great look. It's quite a unique sequence because you get them. They were both fighting on either side of the apron.
Yeah.
So they had one slime ball one side with one of them, and he had Jack Vaughan on the other one with the. He went for the power bomb. He jumps back into the ring and then flies over and drop kicks the other one off the apron, on the other side of the ring, which I thought was pretty
Okay.
cool. Pretty cool.
Maybe I'll see it. Who knows?
Maybe you'll get to see it, yeah, and you can, yeah, tell us your more. One of the interesting points also was Sage's ribs were still taped up after the gore from Rhino at the last show. Do you remember?
That's right. I forgot about that.
Remember Rhino coming out and hitting spears and everyone barring Latimer, which sets up obviously the Crockett Cup main event, which in a few
Mm.
weeks' time we'll be into. But there was no rest for the wicked for the Slime Balls. No sooner had this match ended, but the music of BFT. Interesting enough, at first, the commentator was like, "Well, where's Aaron?" Aaron was, I don't know if he was trailing behind, but he was quite far. He didn't come out straight away with him. I would say, though, Damage's singlet.
Were they wearing those weird tie neck?
I would
Black
say,
ones.
well, one of them was damage. I mean, it didn't leave much to be desired. You'd have to check it out to see what I
I
mean.
don't like their gear. I
The other
think I
one
said
wasn't though.
that at the time, the first time they came out, and I was like, what are you wearing?
Don't think I can get it. I'd have to see. Carnage, on the other hand, I think was in his older tire from what I remember. I will try and load it, and because you think the
Okay.
other thing, what you can't do, because what I normally do for the thumbnails for this is screenshot,
Mm-hmm.
picture, and that's the show. That's what how it goes out on the thumbnail. Can't do that on here. It blacks the screen out, so that's another thing you can't do.
Sneaky. Okay.
Very, very sneaky indeed. Anyway, I'll try while that's loading up. I'll try and get this. But so yeah, we had obviously Sage's ribs, and every time they were getting hit with the ribs all the time because it was an easy target. When you
You
leave it
attack the
open,
weak spot, don't you? So,
you certainly do. And every time that obviously the slime balls are quick compared to BFT, so every time the slime balls were gaining momentum, BFT were just hitting a big move, and it was
that's a big hit on them.
just a big hit on him indeed. Which is going to work right on this. Power over speed always works. But anyway, when you think BFT are shoo-ins for this, hold your horses, everybody. There was a roll up on one of them. Aaron does get involved, no surprise there at some point as well, which isn't a shock. Aaron gets involved. There is a roll up by one of the slime balls, and it gets the pinfall on BFT in a bracket
Okay.
buster. I put down bracket buster, big letters.
Wow, congrats to them. So BFT out in the first round.
BFT straight out of the
That's
Crockett Cup.
interesting.
Oh dear, Aaron. It's really not working for Aaron, is it, at the moment?
No,
BFT.
it's not been great for him for a little while now.
No, it really hasn't. And it's not going to get any better for Aaron either because he's arguing with Fritz. And Aaron even takes off the cravat. This is how
Oh,
serious Aaron
man
is.
means business.
Yeah, he was meaning business. But I don't know where back damage and carnage went, but it ended up with just Aaron arguing with Fritz. And as he is arguing with Fritz, there is a march man come or a man marching down the aisle, which is the Baron.
Yeah!
Of all people to be marching to a ring that you don't
Oh, please tell me you destroyed Aaron.
in no uncertain terms, yes, he did. As Aaron
Come on,
finally
son.
As Aaron finally turned around from arguing with Fritz, he turned straight into Zed Claw. Now, interestingly enough, Brandon Beretta has been his partner recently
Hmm.
to try and get the claw off. No one could find the globe. The crowd, really behind Aaron, were chanting "Crush his skull." So he really endeared himself to the crowd in Philadelphia.
Okay.
But it wasn't Brandon Beretta that come out to help the Baron or not help him to get the find the globe. It was Soda Pop.
Okay, interesting. Although I'm sure Soda Pop, Texas Ties knows the Baron quite well.
You would think, and you would hope.
Um, okay.
So he come out and done the globe, much to the crowd's chagrin, because that got a big boo because Baron got rid of the hold.
They must have been loving it. Oh, I'm so sad I didn't see this.
Which is yeah, which was really funny eventually. Anyway, we go back to one of those 30-second promos, and it was the Lost. Now, a funny story with this, I sent Fee a picture saying, "Who the hell is this guy?" It was Gags. It was James Mitchell, who's aligned himself. We're still recovering from our interview with Alex Misery. He was a part of
Hmm.
this too. But it was Crazy Steve was the guy that I sent you,
I
which I
had no idea. I didn't recognize him.
shaved his hair off. For those of you who remember him, TNA would have had hair. Obviously, he's blind, which is another thing, which is interesting. Legitimately blind. They took on Team Exodus. So you had on one side you had Gags, and it was interesting because we didn't know who out of the Lost was going to be picked either. Jim Mitchell.
Okay.
Jim Mitchell chose that in
Was
the
it just
ring.
a tag match then?
Yeah, it was Crockett Cup round one.
Okay, got you. Sorry, I was confused there.
All right. We had so Jim Mitchell was picking the members of the Lost who was going against him in the ring. So you didn't know
Okay.
who you were going against, and he ended up picking Alex Misery and Crazy Steve. But you still
Okay.
had Gags and you still had Lev. as well as Jim at ringside. They went against the Z Team Exodus, which was EC3 and the Man Mountain himself, Pretty Boy Smooth,
My boy.
your boy, accompanied
My
by the
boy.
pastor, of course, CeeLo.
CeeLo, yeah.
So CeeLo and Jim Mitchell.
Tell me Team Exodus went through on this.
Hold your horse. Or was it? Was it in a girl sense? Calm your tits. Right. We'll get there.
You're saying that to the wrong person today, trust
Yeah,
me.
yeah. With all the issues that you've had today.
I'll stab you
Anyway,
with a fork.
yeah, you probably could, and it'll probably come through the screen. Um, the Pastor and Jim Mitchell got into it as well in
Okay.
this match. Again, it was very much quite of the. It was very much the same kind of thing as the slime balls and BFT. There was quite a lot of quickness, but then you get hit with a big move from Pretty Boy Smooth, and that quickness soon disintegrates into hitting the floor quite hard. And it was the aforementioned hitting the floor quite hard with a Pretty Boy Smooth move that finished this match off. It was indeed the I can't remember what they called it. It was like a blue thunder, standing blue thunder bomb from Pretty Boy
Okay.
Smooth that finished the match. He'd done it. I called it a big throw. They called it something else, and
A
it was
big throw,
one
literally a big throw.
big, literally a big throw. 1, 2, 3, and the match is over. But it was good to see Alex
Okay.
Misery in there again, despite the fact
Absolutely.
he's
I'm
still.
excited though about the prospect of EC3 and PBS tagging together like as a team moving forward in general.
If memory serves me right, and the brackets did get shown after the match, I think they have the Southern Six next.
Oh, it depends on who in the Southern Six it ends up being because they can freebird it, so it might be
Much
this
like
person, it might be this
much like
person.
the Lost, they can freebird the rule, right?
Yeah.
Much like the Ross, much like sorry,
Because if I
um,
remember rightly, the Southern Six freebirded it last year in the Crockett Cup.
hmm.
The finals ended up being Kerry and
Alex.
Alec instead of Kerry and Silas last year.
Indeed, you're absolutely right. You are right on this. I'm gonna do the next bit, although it aired in separate parts. The skit. So we get to go to the headquarters of the presidency of the territories, Joe Kazana, and he has built this.
Papa Joe.
Yeah, Papa Joe, he was with Casey and AJ, of course. We had Kenzie there. We had Tommy Henry there. We had Tyler Franks there. And the first part of the skit was him just welcoming him to this place that he's renovated. And Kenzie was just like, "You're wasting my time. What's going on? Yada, yada, yada." And then it kind of ended at that point, at the point of which Joe Kazana said, "You need to see my office." And at that
I
point,
tried to think what his office looks
it was
like.
really good, actually. I can't quite remember off the top of my head what the pictures of but it was a very nice office. He's done good. I don't know who he's bribed, but he's done really, really well for himself.
Okay.
But I believe the point of this was Joe Kazana has taken a liking to Tyler Franks. And basically, the second skit was all about him kind of trying to prize Tyler away from KFW by saying, basically, Tommy and Kenzie haven't done you enough to get you to the Crockett Cup. I want to see you front and center at the Crockett Cup. And that's how it. And
Mm,
Tyler was like this
okay.
as it ended. So he was sort of half thinking
Interesting.
about what's going on in that one. So we may see more of Tyler Franks next week on the Crockett Cup with any luck. He's a good wrestler anyway. I'd like to see him in action, really, rather than front and center. But we will hopefully see more of that next week. Now, we saw some more. There was a promo from Carson Drake just basically saying that he's going for the title, back for the title that he never lost. Tom Latimer was just introducing himself as the world heavyweight champion like he needed to do that. But yeah, I suppose, again, for Roku viewers, it needed to be done in that sense.
Dumb it
We then
down for
get
the new viewers. I don't mean that in a bad way, but you have to
yeah,
kind of break it down into small, digestible portions, don't you, if it's a whole new audience?
yeah, and it's much like the WWE show on Netflix when they debuted. It was more of an introduction, and this is who they are, this is what it
Yeah.
is, and kind of thing. Which is exactly what this was. Main event was Carson Drake and Bryan Idol for that TV title, which Carson obviously had to relinquish for their lucky
Yeah.
seven. This was actually really good. I enjoyed this. Really good TV sort of main event, back and forth as you can imagine. I think I said this the last time we done it because it's been a couple of weeks since we've done NWA because they've done a couple of old sort of Crockett Cup, literally ones that we've already reviewed. They
Hmm.
Before we got to the Crockett Cup this year, and pretty sure we said how much of a star that Carson Drake was. I think the last match we saw was him and Latimer, which kind of cemented for me any doubts that Carson Drake isn't that main event material were distinguished at that point.
Yeah.
Just, because it just showed it wasn't. And again, in this one, very much the same back and forth action. He's a very old school heel, Carson Drake.
He drives me up the wall, and that means he's doing his job.
Exactly that. He's got his silly laugh. He's got his Carson shuffle. He's got everything that you would annoy you about.
Everything that makes you want to just punch him in the face,
Yes, exactly that.
basically.
Exactly that, and you're dead right about that as well. And that is
You
it.
do want to punch him in the face?
Would I want to part? Would I want to punch Carson Drake in the face?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, probably.
Not just me then, that's fine.
He has got one of those smug faces. This what
He
I call
really does. He really does.
the smug shit face. But however, he weren't that smug this week because the end of this match, Carson Drake goes for a superplex. He had Bryan Idol on the outside, goes to superplex him in. As he's done that, Bryan Idol was vaulted over the top of him and hit the kill switch for the 1, 2, 3.
Oops.
And Bryan Idol is now the NWA World's Television Champion.
That's Brian's first title in NWA, isn't it?
I think so. Going back, and I forgot to mention this, that win for EC3 and everything, EC3's undefeated at the Crockett Cup. Never lost a match. I know he hasn't been in a tag the actual
Round of
tournament,
applause for that man.
but he wrestled over 2 nights twice. He had Silas Mason and Latimer over separate nights.
Hmm.
And I can't remember who he beat. Oh, it was Sam Adonis, the first one he beat
So he did.
over. So anyway, undefeated. But yeah, Bryan Idol, new NWA television champion.
That's
Congratulations.
impressive. Congrats, Brian.
Yes, and I know for you, hopefully you'll get to see this yourself. So you know, well, at least I hope you get to see it. So the good thing about it is when you can watch it, it is now on demand as well. On demand, sorry, as well. So
Yeah.
you will be able to, for those of you sneaky in the UK that got a VPN that works, even though we've got exactly the same fucking VPN, which is crazy.
I'm so frustrated.
If you can't watch it live, which I don't blame you, at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, uh, uh, probably around halfway apart on a Wednesday, it does go on demand, so you can watch it anytime after that. So I would recommend doing that. Maybe not at work, like me today, but
That's standard for you, though, is it not?
I normally watch it at lunch. This was
All
afternoon.
right.
This was after
Okay.
lunch, so I normally watch it. But then again, if it's on, if I could do it earlier in the morning, I would. But anyway, that was the first NWA on Roku, Crockett Cup,
I'm sure it was wonderful.
Crockett Cup night one
Fix it.
in the book. Well, may not be them that need to fix it, Fee.
Somebody needs to fix it.
You might need to fix it. If I can get it and I'm on the same VPN as you, yeah, you need to do some yoga. Get some DDP yoga done. Anyway, let's change subject. You're a very busy lady. You got to pack.
I am. I am literally going to finish this and scoot upstairs because I've procrastinated all day and done loads of other stuff. I am heading all the way up to Bewley and Inverness for 4 shows this weekend, two with W3L and two with PBW. We will be in Elgin tomorrow night with W3L. Then PBW has its annual Jaunt to Belladrum Tartan Heart Festival Friday and Saturday. And I am back with W3L in Crieff on Sunday. So 4 days ahead after the manic weekend, the last weekend of the wedding, and then Valor wrestling as well,
Yes.
which was a whole ton of fun. So that was cool. But
It,
yeah, this weekend, really looking forward to it.
not that I want to sort of give you a promotion in Scotland. I know you work for a load of them, and it wouldn't be. I know I'm going to probably sound a bit biased or a little bit because you work for some great promotions, but Valor seem to be the one making the noise right now. over in Scotland.
Valor are making all the noise right now. Honestly, they really are. I love what they're doing. I love that it's a movement.
I mean, they're going, if I'm right, I'm thinking here in Nigeria on the horizon or somewhere like that.
There's so much going on. There's so much in the pipeline. It's a mix of everything. It's a family friendly show to the extent that they allow kids in, but then you have Deathmatch. We had Jack Harrop, we had Iceman, we had Tim Strange there this weekend. There was blood. There is always blood. We had a street fight that resulted in the action going outside into the main road and the cops being called because somebody got thrown into the middle of the road and they were fighting in the middle of a very busy junction, literally in the yellow box of a junction. Drivers were getting pissed off because they were trying to get to where they were going, so the cops got called. What else? There was a first blood match between Penelope Grace and Brody Adler as well. There's so much coming up. Their next show is on August the 16th in Kirkconnell, so you can get tickets from Eventbrite. Obviously, I just stepped in for Kyle, who's a phenomenal MC. But I love on the occasions that I get to get involved with Valor. It's always a good time. So definitely check them out. They're on This Is Valor on YouTube, and you'll find loads of stuff on there too.
Family friendly show with deathmatch, blood, and first blood matches. That
We
that is
warned them
absolutely.
beforehand, so they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
got a chance to leave.
No, that's
So
awesome. I love it. I love it. I love what Chris and Nicole are doing there. They're going to do some great jobs. Well, look, let me just move on to Buckle Up quickly because obviously I'm co-GM for Buckle Up, right? So, as I'm being co-GM, I think being on this podcast, I know I've announced the Hitting the Turnbuckle title match for Buckle Up already. That is Aluna and Alexis Falcon. I think right here, right now on this show, I'm going to announce another match for us. Okay. So we all know that the spectacular twat Charles Crowley is coming back to Ignite on September the 21st. He has said that he wants the best that Ignite can offer. So putting my GM, I haven't got a hat, um, putting my GM belt on, I am going to announce that Charles Crowley, you want the best. Well, he was the best really up until the last show when he did lose his championship. So I think we need the spectacular trickster versus the absolute maverick. So Charles Crowley one-on-one, Tommy Kyle at Buckle Up. There you go, people.
nice.
To add to a Luna and Alexis Falcon as
I
well.
like the sound of that.
So we have the cheeky little buggers, so to speak, in singles action over
I do like the
NWA.
sound of that.
It should be fun. 65% tickets are gone already.
Wow, that's good
Eight,
news.
yeah, 8 weeks till the show. So get them. 96 Eventbrite. Get them, get them, get them, get them. Maybe some surprises yet. Who knows?
I might even be there.
Well, we might have a best surprise ever, and Fiona may even be there to join us. That would, that should move. That should announce you as coming, and maybe we'll sell some more
I need to
tickets.
get a job first.
Yeah, it might be handy for you. Um, you may well need to do that. But look, NWA night one, Crockett Cup night one in the books. Hopefully, Fee, you'll be able to watch it and it won't play up. I will sign off with the usual sign off, which is providing you can watch it, Fee. Shall we do this again next week?
Even if I can't watch it, I'll be here and probably get tore into them. So yeah, I'll be here.
Brilliant. Fiona will be here. I will be here. We hope you'll be here with us too. But until next time, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, and goodbye.